I am beautiful. My soul is beautiful. My mind is beautiful. Friend, let's be honest. There is nothing more exhausting than chasing beauty that doesn't even feel like yours, okay? Today, we're talking about the glow that comes from the inside, not from your lashes or your highlighter. If you've ever had to fight your way back from the internal struggle of feeling beautiful, today's episode is for you. You ready? Get set. Let's grow. Hey friends, what's up? Welcome to another episode of From the Ground to the Crown, a podcast community where we grow with intention, elevate our mindset, and step into the highest version of ourselves unapologetically. I am your girl, your host, Kenesha B, and I'm hella grateful that you're here with me. Today is an amazing day. It's a beautiful day to have a great day. And it's beautiful because I have a special guest joining me today. I'm going to introduce my guest in a moment, but I wanted to get into this episode. Today, we're talking about beauty. And the ism for today is beauty ain't about the mirror, it's about the energy. Okay? Let's be very clear. We're not just talking about the facial part of this, we're talking about everything that radiates from the inside out. This episode is for those who feel unseen, unattractive, or feel like they're not enough. It's for those who've lost their light inside because you're constantly searching outside of yourself to feel beautiful. If you're on a healing journey, a self-love journey, or a glow-up journey, friend, this one is for you. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Let me introduce my guest. Today's guest is truly one of one. I am joined by Shane, a career educator turned entrepreneur and entertainer, currently blessing Bangkok with her magic. She's the founder of Munchie Murchie. And let me tell you, y'all know I talk about Munchie Murchie all the time. I got another tea on today, okay? We actually met on the Afro Float cruise, and I won a raffle of one of her t-shirts. I walked on the boat, and I said to the people with me, I was like, I'm going to win, because, I claim things. And I actually won. And we got to meet, and it's been up since then. So I'm really, really excited about this. She's a fellow Leo, cool as hell, and her energy is absolutely unmatched. Get ready for a good time, y'all. Welcome to the show, Shane. Thank you so much, friend, for joining me today. I'm so grateful to have you. Okay, so I know I did an intro for you, but tell the people a little bit more. Tell them where you from, how long you been here, any of the things.
For sure. So I don't tell people often because it's a little embarrassing, but no, but I'm from Florida originally.
Okay.
I'm born and raised in West Palm Beach, and then I moved to Georgia for a little bit. My whole family's from there, so that felt like home as well. And then I moved to California for a few years. I was out there for about 5 years.
Okay.
And then that's where I was before I came to Bangkok. So I've been here for about 5 years now, which has been amazing. I'm going to do 5 to 15 to 50 more if I can help it.
Period.
Yeah. I love Thailand. Thailand is a beautiful place. I feel like I found a lot of myself here in Thailand. So it's a very special place to me.
Man, that's a perfect theme for today's episode about beauty. I think it's beautiful that I've come to Thailand and I found community. People like you, where I could have connected with you in Atlanta or in Florida or in Cali when I lived out there. But we're all the way over here and found, just community.
Yeah.
And now you're here on the episode.
Yeah, it's such an organic way. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it happened when it was supposed to happen.
Right. Yeah. And y'all, Shane supports From the Ground to the Crown so much. The feedback, the shares, I'm so grateful. I asked her to be on this podcast episode and she said yes. I was so hyped. You're the first person that I actually asked to be on this episode, even though you weren't my first guest, but you were the first person that I asked because I'm like, yo, somebody who watches it and is really in tune with the conversations that I'm having. Yeah, please pull up.
Yeah, facts.
And share your on this episode. Facts.
I'm really honored that you even invited me, to be honest, because I just felt really connected to the messages that you were sharing. Yeah. Just there's a aspect of vulnerability there that I think is missing in so much like content that we see these days. So it just felt authentic, it felt original, it felt organic, and it just I really felt drawn to it. And I'm just one of those people, like if I see something, I'm not gonna hold back on my support for that, right?
Love that.
You know, a lot of people sometimes it's like, oh,
Yeah,
like,
in the background. Yeah, weird.
working.
Weird.
Shared.
Yeah,
Going.
okay, thank you.
You know, but no, but I really did. I felt a lot of resonance with the things that you were sharing. So
I
it's an
appreciate that.
honor to be here, honestly. Yeah.
That feels really, really good because what the I don't know what I'll be doing, but I'll be doing it. And
doing it.
so,
You're doing your big
yeah,
one, for
thank
sure.
you, man.
For sure.
All right, y'all. So I'm gonna read the affirmation from the Hey Friend Hey card deck. The affirmation is beautiful, and it says, "Wow, friend, you are a physical manifestation of beauty. Just know that it runs beyond skin deep. You are internally beautiful." The affirmation is, "I am beautiful, my soul is beautiful, Oof. And my mind is beautiful."
Check.
Okay? And let me hit y'all with the ism. Again, beauty ain't about the mirror, it's about the energy.
Big energy.
Now let's get into it because
let's talk about it.
I grew up very Caribbean and in New York. And you got to put your shit on.
Yeah.
You got to come. Yeah. You can't, because they'll eat you alive there. They're not nice. It's not about being kind. It's about being real.
Yeah.
And beauty to me was defined at a very young age as like the appearance. I have a lot of family members that look really great on the outside, but inside they were tore up. And I know a lot of people in my adult life now who still fit that same, pattern where they got their shit on, they got the expensive nails, hair, lashes done down. They never, not a hair out of place. And then you talk to them on some side ish and you're recognizing like, yo, you not okay. What's up with that?
Talk about it.
Okay.
That's facts.
And so I like, can you share with us a time, a particular instance in your life where you felt like you were at a space where you had to truly, and this is not even a root and rise question, job, but like a time where you can remember feeling like, okay, I need to start defining this for myself, or a time where it was conflicting for you because maybe what you grew up with wasn't what you felt was true for you.
Yeah. Oh man, there's been many times actually. As I've kind of really tried to find my like gender identity, honestly. I grew up with I'm my mom's only child, right? And so there's always this notion of like, this is my baby girl, right? So she always wanted me to be dressed a certain way. I'm like her little personal Barbie doll, you know what I mean?
Baby.
Yeah, and then all right, mom. You know, I'll do it for you. But like at the same time, I felt like, well, that doesn't really feel like me. That doesn't really feel like who I am. And I remember having that just from very early on. I think the earliest probably that I can remember, maybe like sophomore year in high school.
Okay.
But I'd always felt really uncomfortable in dresses and just like that whole thing growing up. So it's something I've navigated my way through as I've gone through life. And I've definitely had some more defining moments for me. Yeah. Where I'm like, okay, like that feels like
more true.
Yeah, it feels true to me. But I think those are the thing that really sparked it for me.
That high school,
ooh, child, baby,
tearing the people up.
Everybody got ate up.
Oh my God,
didn't stand a chance.
Listen, I went to a high school that was known as the high school for lesbians in New York.
Word.
I am not a lesbian, y'all, but I got to this high school in New York at that time. You got a book. It was like a big ass yellow pages, but it was for the girls who are old enough. Yeah. It was a big ass book that looked like a yellow pages, and it was about all the high schools in New York City. And you basically, by the end of like your senior year in middle school, you went through the book and you chose which schools you wanted to go to. You got a list 1 through 12. My high school that I ended up going to was number 12 on my list. I don't know what happened to the other 11, because I had 11 before that one. It was like one of the closest to where I lived. Yeah. It still was far. Yeah. And I put it as 12, and that's where they sent me because it was the first school accepting students. So they didn't care that your list was like where you wanted. Yeah. They was like, oh, they called first for you? Yeah.
Send her down the way.
Go there. We can't wait for no other decisions. You go in there. And so you just had to go there unless you had like a medical reason where you can't go, or there was some court ordered something that you couldn't go. You have to go where they send you. So I ended up going there. Woo! They wore me out, child. I was like, yo, this is
out here.
Yeah.
It's so for a reason.
And so as they were figuring out their identity, they were challenging the identity. And I was like, I'm a girly girl, you know, I'm like, but I fuck with everybody.
Yeah.
But it was very challenging because at one point in time, they took the doors for the bathroom off the took the doors off because girls were getting abused sexually.
Wow.
Like it was that serious for these girls. We couldn't use our gym, like locker rooms. We could not change for gym. It was like a rule. Like that's how intense it was. And so I was challenged with like learning how to navigate with different types of women who were also like learning how to navigate. It was scary at one point in time, but then it became like, oh, okay, y'all are all also figuring shit out. Like things are growing on us. We're trying to navigate, and the guys are being weird too because they're still like kids, but they're also they got voices now, so they're doing weird stuff because they, you know, like it was a lot to
Interesting time.
Yeah, it was a lot to navigate what beauty looked like. And within my family, my nickname growing up, I don't even share this, but I am. It was Zebby. They call me Zebby because my mom gave me that nickname, I think. Because I was black girl, but I was a white girl on the inside. Like I liked a lot of white people things, so they gave me.
That's a whole other conversation.
Oh my god!
What is white stuff?
I just want to read Harry Potter.
Yeah,
I like Harry Potter.
We can't read.
I like Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter. To this
I
day.
just recently got into Harry Potter. Side note, but yeah.
Oh my god, what an amazing! I was online, Barnes and Nobles for the books type girl. Like one of my close friends actually a few days ago sent me a picture. She was in Marshalls and she saw a Hogwarts suitcase, and she was like, "Do you want me to get this for you?" Like I am that. Like I would absolutely.
Shout out to that friend.
Yeah, cause come on,
shout out to her.
So good, and she's a Leo.
Hello, because that's how big on our love.
Yeah,
we love how we love.
Come on, and she know your girl. And so yeah, as I was navigating my identity in that way, right, figuring out what felt good to me, I found comfort in a lot of white things. And then I was given the name Zebby, like the zebra, because I was black and white. And I looked like them, but I ain't act like them. And so I had to navigate how I was feeling about myself because I wanted a little side swoop, you know. I ain't want no peace, you know. I ain't want no gel. I wanted to be one of these girls.
Get that toothbrush.
Okay, and I wanted to wear my loafers, and I wanted to wear little pants, like a little, you know, little lady.
No, facts.
And they were not having it. They like, girl, if you don't put that Pele on, if you don't put them baby fat. They were like, if you don't GKNY your ass in them jeans, stop playing. We're not going to the Gap again for your shit. I was like, I don't understand what's happening.
I'm just trying to wear some Abercrombie.
What is the problem? Just want these loafers. I want to put on these sneakers again. I just wanted to wear my loafers and just be. And that was such a challenge. And so growing up, I had to figure out how to be myself and how to create my own standards of what was beautiful to me because my family didn't recognize what I saw.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, thank you for sharing that also.
I can relate to you though. I went to a predominantly white high school. So I always felt like an outsider in that regard, right? It's just like kind of a sticking out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
It's like, well, but what you all deem is beautiful and attractive, or you know what people are doing is it doesn't reflect me. That's not who I feel like I am on the inside.
Right.
So I'm having a hard time mirroring that on the outside because, like you said, it's not about the mirror, right?
Right.
It's about like internally and the energy that I want to exude, and I don't feel like there's a space for me to do that in this space.
Yeah.
So I totally relate to you on that for sure.
How did that I mean, I know we're gonna get to these questions, y'all, because I got some good ones, right? But it's like, how do you even navigate in this space? Because I grew up in predominantly black ass spaces for most of my life. Like growing up in New York City, it was like it's a melting pot. So I also grew up with a lot of Irish people in elementary, middle school. I went to schools with a lot of Irish kids. I grew up on the beach, and so beach town, it was mainly white people, but we were also in the projects too. So you know, black people, yeah. And then by the time I got to high school, I went to school in Southside Jamaica, Queens, and everybody black.
Anything with Southside,
yeah, okay.
You already know Southside anywhere is black. Let's keep it above.
Yeah. It's like who went to my school? Lloyd Banks, you know what I'm saying? Like Russell Simmons, Alfred Woodard. Black.
Alfred Woodard is the Names.
Black. Okay.
Yes.
My school was named after one of the first Tuskegee Airmen, and one of the first
they
black.
all real, no matter what they
Come
tell
on,
y'all.
come on,
They
because
existed.
the school name. Okay,
Let them people wipe them people out.
please. August Martin High School. He was one of the. I think he might have been the first black pilot of a commercial airline. We went to like a flight school, an aviation school. But yeah, I went to school with a lot of black people, so I didn't have the experience of having that challenge when it came to like identifying what beauty looked like because people around me looked different. So what was like a thing? How did you navigate that? What was like
so for example, right? I remember distinctly in my sophomore year of high school, it was like my like Bow Wow era.
Okay.
And it kind of felt like a radical act of just like rebellion to come in, right? Because I did go to a predominantly white school, so it's a lot of people with long straight hair and a certain aesthetic that they have. And so for me, for a while, like my first couple years, like my first year in high school, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try to fit in. And so I was, I had my long hair down to here,
okay.
girl.
Yeah.
Camisole.
Yeah.
Cute, okay?
We love it.
That was cute.
We love
it.
it.
But then I was like,
not feeling it.
Not feeling it.
Yes.
And I've always, reality is I've always known that I was probably queer. For a while, well before I got to high school.
Okay.
And so that was something I was like, okay, like I really want to lean into it, but I didn't really know how to kind of ask my mom, because my mom was one of those people too that she would just like go shopping and bring me back things.
Oh,
and it's like, and I was like,
kind.
Oh, it's kind of so nice. You brought this back.
I hated it.
I hate it.
Love you, Mom.
Thank you so much.
Return it.
Please take it back.
Give me the credit. Give me the credit.
You got the receipt.
Yeah, give me the credit, girl. I'll go.
Give me the cash. But no, but facts. So I was like, okay. So I tried to really honor that, and I didn't want her to feel like no type of way,
Absolutely.
So I tried it, and then so I wasn't sure how to navigate that conversation really. So I think really I started working on my own, and then I started using my own money to kind of
that's the way you do
the things I wanted to buy.
Yes.
So that sophomore year, girl,
turned up.
What turned out? Okay, the way I was in the baggy shirt. It's a picture somewhere.
Yeah.
Braids. Yeah. You can tell. I'll bow
your thing.
Straight like Mike.
Bow Wow is funny.
Like Mike vibes. Okay. And then, but interestingly enough, my junior and sophomore year, I kind of switched back. It was more feminine, right? I had a boyfriend then. He was aggravating, but.
Aren't they all? Aren't they all?
Yeah. But I was like, I need to lean into it a little bit more because he gonna be weirded out. So, so that was my experience there, and then I kind of rode with that whole kind of like more feminine representation of myself through like I would say sophomore year in college.
Okay.
And I really actually never really came back to that more like masculine side of my identity that I felt was equally as like part of me.
Yeah.
Till later in life.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say that for the next
okay. Yeah.
We got some good ones.
I appreciate you sharing that because again, like our experiences are varied, right? And
we're so nuanced.
There's so many like just deviations and variations of how we're living, but it's also a shared ass experience. And I feel like there's so much value in just listening to how people grew up and what they've been through. It allows you to see them differently.
Yeah, for sure.
But it also allows you to see a version of yourself in them. And so I hope that you guys are like listening to this stuff. And I know you're resonating with it, right? Because you're here listening.
And it's because we're being honest, right? Like in reality, it's like I said, is more people need to be having, I think, more just intentional conversations.
Yeah.
Just being open and vulnerable because we are all having similar experiences in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And it's really dope when we can magnify those and kind of put a spotlight on those because I think we all need that. We all need some sort of connection these days.
And just space to be. I love how I make people feel.
Me too.
I'm getting the goosies. You see my I love how I make people feel.
I love that.
Because I don't try. I am. And then they are. And I'm like, oh, I love that you're being yourself. Like, if you feel like you got to put on to be around me, I'm not for you and you're definitely not for me.
100%.
Perfect example. 100%. This is random, y'all. But I walked into the elevator. I was at the dentist today. And I get into the elevator. I was going downstairs to meet Dean. He was on a different floor from me. And I held the door. There was these two twins. They were twin brothers. Older white men.
Brothers?
Yeah. also. Okay. Twins, and I held the door for them so they could come because I heard that they needed to go to a different floor. And they got in, they were like, oh, thank you so much. Oh man, there's a dentist office in Da Nang. Have you been to Da Nang? And they just started going off. Yeah. So I'm engaging. I'm like, yeah, I actually spent a month there with my husband. Da da da. He's like, oh my God, you're gonna love him so much. This is his name. Like, and I'm like, damn, like, why y'all even start talking to me like this? Like, I have no idea. And then to come to find out they're from New York. Of course you're from New York. Of course that would be like the thing. It was very organic. Yeah. And now they're like, oh, have a great day. Like, they're open. I didn't have to do anything. I just held the door, like acts of kindness, but just being allows people to just want to naturally be. And I love that we can have this conversation because I hope that you feel safe here and seen. For sure. And so that leads me to the root and rise segment, y'all. Before I get there, I'm going to remind you, though, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the podcast so that you can get notifications when I drop new episodes. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, make sure you guys follow the podcast so that you can get those same notifications. And go ahead and drop a review of the podcast. 5 stars for your girl. Okay? So grateful for that.
Because she earned it.
Thanks, friend. Yeah, listen to her. Okay. All right, let's get to the root and rise segment of the podcast, y'all. This is where we take a thought that once had us stuck, dig deep into the root of it, and elevate it to a crowned perspective. So again, we're talking about beauty. We're talking about how beauty ain't the mirror, right? It's not about the mirror. It's about the energy. So let's get into some questions that will help us dig into the root. The first one is, when was the first time you remember questioning your beauty internally or externally? And I feel like you might have said some of it today, but like...
I feel like there's a picture of me that I can like distinctly remember. And it was, I think, the first day of college. And, as I look back on that picture, I'm like, I feel like I don't even recognize that person. And I think I felt it then where I was just like, is this really me? Like, I know I look...
It's like a disassociation.
Yeah. Like I know I look like pretty in this picture. Yeah. Like I don't feel like... Yeah. So I think that was really the one of the first times I really was like, maybe there's something here. Even in high school, like I didn't have my brain hadn't fully developed by then. Yeah, right. So I didn't really have the capacity to fully understand it at that time. Yeah. But then as I got older, I was like, okay, like I've always kind of felt a bit uncomfortable in this particular skin. And so that was my freshman, sophomore year of college. And I really tried to... I think that's when I really started to like figure out, okay, what is my like beauty brand? Like what is like my thing, Yeah. So I was like, okay, maybe it's
your signature.
Yeah. So what mine ended up being was like, I had the long hair, but I always wore hats. I always wore like a fitted cap. Yeah, I had like a jersey dress.
I need to see these pictures, yo. I need to pull them out. Cute.
Yeah, and then there were a couple other things, like there were a couple of events and stuff that I was like kind of executive producing back then, and I had to like wear these really elaborate ball gowns, and I just remember feeling like so uncomfortable. Yeah. I was like, I know I look good,
yeah, but it's just not...
It doesn't feel right. No. So I think that's when it really first started.
Yeah.
And as through different relationships and experiences that I had, I kind of have been able to navigate it to where I am now, where I feel like super comfortable. I very much value my aesthetic and how I present in the world, and like it this feels like who I am. Yeah,
it is. Yeah, it's very beautiful on you.
Thank you, friend.
You're welcome. Yeah, man. That's real. I was trying to see, like, I wrote these questions and I don't have answers off the bat at all. The one time that there's been many, but a time that I can remember that like I could not associate with what I was looking at. I got a weave. I was not a weave girl. Never been. Never been a weave girl.
Me neither. I've never...
Couldn't... It just didn't sit well with me. But I got a weave because I was homecoming princess.
Cute. Of course you were.
Girl was very much her. Okay.
Was?
Yeah. Thanks, Fran. Yeah. Let them know. Still her.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. Just new levels. But no, I got a weave because my cousins did weaves, and I was like, all right. I was a box braid kid. My mom did not know how to do our hair like that. Jamaican plaits, okay? And I was not About to be that girl. So I got my hair braided. 125th Street, African braiding. We stayed with our hair braided or we stayed with a wash and set. That was the two styles for me. But this time I was like, all right, I'm gonna just do the weave. Everybody, my cousin's like, why you don't get a curly 10-piece? I'm like, okay, dude, like whatever. Okay, do the weave. I was pissed off at myself. I looked great, but I was so mad at myself because I hated how I felt. And everybody was like, oh my God, you look so pretty. Oh my God. And I was like, what the are y'all looking at? Like, I learned then that I could not listen to people's version of what beauty meant for me.
Correct.
That people would tell me this, oh my God, you look so good in this. And if it don't resonate, no. Even with locks, when I first got my locks, my family called me all types of names. We're Jamaican. This is like on brand for the culture. Okay. Call me all types of names. My grandma stopped talking to me for months.
Really?
I felt very alienated and ousted. And I'm like, yo, I thought we were like, is this not what we do? I get that y'all don't have locks, but like, I really want to start this journey. And this was before Instagram, before TikTok. I've been growing my hair since, been growing my hair since 2009.
Oh, wow.
So I'm almost, I don't even know how many years, but that many years in this game.
Years
yeah, it's a long time. October will be, October 2009 is when I started. So all I had was like YouTube, but nobody was doing locks on YouTube. Nobody was like posting videos. There was no 4C, it was curl control, like you got the stiff gel, you got the white gel, you got the black gel. It was color coded. Okay. That's it. That's it. And so I had to navigate reclaiming this version of beauty with this new hair, with these people that don't vibe with it, but they're my blood, they're my people. So I didn't feel safe there. I didn't feel safe at school because people were like, girl, what's going on with your hair? Like, I went from having permed hair to having locked hair.
That's a journey in itself. Yeah. That permed hair.
That permed hair.
Situation.
Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't cut it off until my locks had started growing. So I got a picture, but it's like straight locks. And I started with 2-strand twists. So they were like twisty. Yeah. Then the hair was straight as hell at the end. So it was like, okay, girl, you got a fro and straight. Like, where are you going with this? What is that on your head? I don't even understand. I was going through
it. In the Bronner Brothers.
What in? Please, somebody help her. Somebody lay hands on her head. And the soul glow. And so it was going too crazy. But I was intentional about doing my hair in October because I felt like I could wear scarves and hats through the winter.
Yeah.
But by the time that first Friday on the yard popped out in the spring, they was like, oh, you got locks. I said, yeah. Y'all niggas hated on me. You didn't think I was going to pop out like her? By the time I graduated, they were like, oh, no, you really did your big one with that one. And now when people see my hair and I'll say things like, oh, you think I should cut my locks off? Everybody's like, no, how could you? I'm like, oh.
You had an energy then.
Who didn't want to pick up the phone for me? You called me bald-headed. Remember you called me bald-headed? I ain't forget.
Look at me now.
More hair than a lot of y'all.
Most.
Come on.
Not all y'all.
Edges. Yeah.
Yours are gone.
Okay. Scalp them. I did. And again, you can't let people's version of beauty for you. Come on. They will literally have you hating yourself, have you looking in the mirror, questioning your divineness, the beauty that lies within. You know what makes you beautiful. You know what feels good for you. And those are the things that you have to follow.
For real.
So let me get back to these questions because this next one is like right around what we were talking about. How did outside influences shape your definition of beauty growing up? Like, I know you say your mom played a big part.
That was a huge part of it, too. And I think that for a long time why I didn't, I was really hesitant to lean more into, like, my more masculine presenting side. Even though I knew it was always there. Because personally, I'm a fan of duality. I don't feel like I need to be one or the other. I've never felt that way. But I always felt like my influences around me were, like, pick a side type thing. And especially my mom, even though she never, like, she was never forceful about it. She was
Right.
never like,
They
you
mean
need to wear
well.
that. Yeah, it means well,
Yeah.
right? And I just knew that I knew it was just out of adoration for me
Mm-hmm.
that she loved me so much, and I'm her baby girl, and she
Yeah.
just wanted me to be like her little princess, right? And I
Absolutely.
tried to live into that, and as much as possible. And I think over time, as I started to like really understand what this meant for me, because I did a couple big chops as well, right?
Okay.
So like I had permed hair my whole life growing. I was on the creamy crack for a
Come
long
on now.
time.
Come on. Thank God we got off
For a
that
long
train.
time.
Okay.
And like my first big chop I think was in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time I cut it all off. I had a little baby fro.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember feeling like, I like that it's short.
Yeah.
And I really like, not aside from the beauty standard, it
The
was just easier to
maintenance.
maintain.
Come
I
on.
don't have to get up. I ain't got to curl it. I ain't got to comb it. I was like, oh, this is good.
Lord, tie it down every day, please.
Yeah. None of that. And then also too, just being real to you, like at the time, then I was dating more men, right? So it always just kind of made them a little bit uncomfortable. Like I felt like sometimes I had to be more feminine so they could be comfortable, right? Instead of just like,
just wasn't working.
Yeah. This or not.
Listen.
Besides,
do you want me?
Or not?
Yeah. It's about the hair.
Yeah. Because we can do stuff. I can put a wig on.
Listen.
If that's what you need. But I'd rather not, because
come on.
This is not my standard.
You're going to pull it off.
But to the question, the outside influences those were the many things that I think were that I was taking into consideration when it came to how I was perceiving beauty then. Yeah, I think that had a lot to do with it. But like I said, as I started leaning more into my like my gender identity and just like my personal preferences, right? I wanted to lean more into that more like masculine aesthetic, but I also felt like I wanted to. I don't feel like I need to go all the way full tilt.
Yeah.
And be like raw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm this big. First of all. What I look? What's
we are
I
little
look?
People. We're both. We're both.
Okay.
Little people.
So it just that also felt off brand for me to be like super like this like I don't say look hard, but just like you know what I mean. Like I just don't want to have a super rough aesthetic because I got a pretty face, got nice eyelashes. Like, I need to accentuate those things. Okay. So it was interesting and just like I had to kind of really navigate like, okay, what does this really look like for me? And like even to the point, even now to this day, I have friends that like when they see me like do more feminine things or like more or like maybe my aesthetic is more feminine, they don't know what the fuck is going on. Yeah, they like
yeah, what you doing with that on?
Yeah. But it's also like, but that's still a part of me.
I love that.
And I have I get to decide which way I want to go about that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think those are some of definitely the influences, from people I was dating on both, like on either side, right? I think when I was dating men, it felt like I needed to be more feminine.
Yeah.
When I was dating women, I feel like I wanted to be a little more masculine in my representation. And then also, like I said, my mom definitely was I just didn't want to disappoint her. Yeah. You know what I mean? I wanted her to be happy. I wanted her to be proud. And then I found other ways to make her proud.
I love it.
Yeah.
What a space to navigate. I am like, just hearing about it. I don't know how I would have, but it seems like knowing who you are now, it seems like you've always had this innate sense of self to be able to like not push through. 'Cause I don't feel like it necessarily was a stress for you, but to like navigate through.
Yeah. Yeah. And even honestly, if I'm being real to you, like it's really been in the past. Honestly, my time here in Thailand has had a lot to do with me feeling even more like, no, this is me. This is who I am. I feel comfortable in this skin.
Yeah.
And I remember long time. I did a chop 2010. I was like, okay, but it was more like a little fro. And I remember having more masculine aesthetic then, but that at the time didn't feel super comfortable for me. And I remember seeing pictures of me like, I was like, I don't like the shape. You know what I mean? Like that felt a little uncomfortable. And I remember as I fast forward, I remember I would always say like, oh, I'm never going to chop my hair like super, super short. Because that also felt like it was like a
pushing that. Right.
But then I chopped it off. So I cut my hair. So I went through some phases. I had an awful mohawk phase for a while. I'm so sorry to everyone that knew me during that time. Clearly, I was going through something. So I had a mohawk for a while, and then it turned into a man bun. So that's how I was like, okay, let me
come on,
man bun, girl bun, whatever. I had the whole back of my shit shaved off.
I
See, you
love
should
it. No,
laugh.
I love. Yeah, yeah.
No.
Dean had a bun for our wedding, a lock bun. So
It was something
yeah,
like that. It
come
was
on.
something like that.
I'm here for the
So
buns.
we love buns. It's a bun house. So I had that for a while, and then eventually I was like, okay, I think I want to cut it off. So like when I cut my hair this most I guess the most recent time I cut it all off, it was low. Like it was like a low boy low cut. And I remember like, ooh, it took me
Yeah,
some
you had to
getting
get
used
used
to
to.
it. Yeah, it took me some getting used to. But then as time went on, I was like, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah, yeah, I did the thing just now. Okay, right. Put them on. Put 'em
Yeah,
on.
yeah, because that's the thing too.
That's
Again, I
nice.
believe in the duality of it, right? And I
Yeah.
feel like I've always joked and always said this, but I am a gender bender, right? I do like to play with the fluidity and the line there, right? Because I don't feel like you said I have always had an innate sense of self.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I've never felt like I need to put myself in a particular box. And anytime that I have, I've been very itchy to get out of it. Yeah. So it's been for me where I am now. I feel the most comfortable I think I've ever felt.
That's beautiful.
And I feel like I can see the duality within. I've accepted the duality about myself as well, and that I don't have to just look a certain way.
One box.
All the time. It's just like no, I can soften when I want to soften. I can unsoften and be a little more,
Yeah.
mask when I want to. But yeah, I think although there's been outside influences, I've really honed in on the fact that I need to really listen to what my inside voice says. And that is the energy, that is the beauty that I want to exude out in the world.
And you do.
Thank you, friend.
You're welcome. That. You really do. And I see it, I'm like, I'm in awe of the people who are brave enough to be themselves. There's not many of us out here who are doing it, especially in today's world, especially with all the things.
Yeah.
There's not many of us who are challenging the world. And like you said, like gender, what does that look like? Being fluid and who they are. Like there's not too many of us willing to put ourselves out there because it's not easy.
And it's dangerous sometimes.
It is dangerous as hell. Yeah. I growing up I didn't, outside of like my family not liking my locks, they were pretty open to whatever. Like, are you ready, my nigga? Like, we gotta go. Like that was what we're from New York. You gonna get left. Put it on. That was what, for real. It was like, my mom, like, she would leave your ass. She's like, I'm downstairs and I'm out. I don't think she remembers this, but I remember the day that my sister dressed herself for the first time.
It was the last.
She made her feel so bad. Oh my God. She's like, you came outside looking like nobody loves you. Like, oh my God. She tried. Give her a moment. Let her get a moment. Damn. She was in like elementary school. Like, what? Just pick her clothes out. Why would you even say that to her? My mom is a Gemini. She has no filter. She says what she wants, and I love her for it. But it was not easy. It was not easy. Okay.
Sounds like a journey.
Woo. But there was a lot of space for you to explore. Like my mom was not. Again, you ready? Because I'm ready.
Yeah.
You better come on. Let's go. Right. Yeah. We did dress like triplets for a little bit.
It was easier that way.
She was not. 3 kids is crazy. I don't even know. To this day, I'm like, girl. Woof.
Are y'all close in age?
3.5 years apart, actually, each. So my mom had me at 23. She had my other sister at like 26, and then my other one at 30.
Okay.
So we are close enough to be in the same decade of her life, but not like we wasn't staring. But so I'd have the dress version. My other sister would have the pants because she was more tomboyish, so she always had the shorts with the pants on, and then the baby would have like,
skort.
Yeah, for sure. She was the skort
queen.
Short pants.
Ooh,
yeah. My sister, for sure. My middle sister, always her. So I would have the dress, and she would have the pants version, and my baby sister would have the skirt or something because she was the girl, the baby girl. And so that would be the dynamic for the most part of like our growing up, but it wasn't like you had to be one way. So I appreciated that because it allowed me to, I'll shop wherever. If I like something, I don't care who it's for. Can it fit me? I'm putting it on. That's how I feel. And to this day, I like live by that. The freedom, not judging people based on what how they. Yeah. Do you feel good about yourself?
Yeah.
And as somebody who's like,
you'd be surprised. You kind of said it earlier too. Just like you see people that are so like
beautiful,
to the nines, and you like, wait a minute though, like,
is it beautiful?
I could tell you don't feel that,
man.
Like you ain't even gotta say you don't feel it. It's how you talk about. It's like one is how you talking about yourself. It's one how you talking about the things around you. But it's just like, man, like this. There's something. There's a void there.
You can see it.
Yeah.
So
the energy's off. To the question, right? The energy is off.
Beauty ain't about the mirror. It's about the energy, y'all.
Yeah.
And I'm learning about my clear gifts. I am clairaudient. I'm claircognizant. And I think I do have clairvoyance because when I be seeing people, I be seeing people.
Right through there.
Yeah. And it's so interesting to me. This is like, again, a random, I'm just sharing all the things. But like, I was at this gathering and I was talking to a woman. I'd met her that day. Or the day before, sorry, and she had an experience, and then she was talking to me. She was like, "Oh, so I heard you say that you could see, you were a seer," and I'm like, "Yeah, I can see things." She's like, "Okay, so what do you see?" And I told her the age of the girl that I saw, because I saw a girl, and I saw the girl at age 6. I was like, "I see your 6-year-old self here," and that's what I saw. I don't know where the number 6 came from. This is just what I can see, right? So then 2 days later, she comes back and tells me about an experience that she had where she was abused at age 6.
Wow.
Whoa. Wow. How would I have known that? I don't know that.
Yeah.
I'd met this woman 24 hours before. And that was the thing that I said to her. So when I'm seeing people and I'm out and about and I'm experiencing people, I don't necessarily just see who they are in this version. I see who their energy is showing up as. And it is, in today's world, rarely the version that I'm seeing with these eyes.
Yes.
It is not the same person.
Yes.
And I hate that for us, that we feel like we can't be the version of ourselves who we want to be. We have to like put on the mask and show up in this world, but in the inside crumble,
fall apart,
falling
apart,
feeling disgusting about ourselves. That to me is such a challenge. And I think that's why this conversation is so important, is because we have to start to be real with that, with ourselves, with each other. Like, yo, I see you, yo. You don't have to do that.
And I think, you said that point earlier about like you love how you make people feel. Yeah. I think I feel similarly about myself, and I think that's one of the gifts we bring to people, right? Is that we allow them to also feel themselves.
Yes.
Right. We also hold space for them to feel who they really truly feel like they are and who they want to be, and like we have a container for that.
Absolutely.
And I think that is something that it's so special and it's so divine, honestly. Like, because similarly, there's not a lot of people like us that have the ability to create that kind of space for people.
Absolutely. And as Leos, we do it so naturally.
It's what we do. Like, we just show up in this space and
you see us. Don't act like you don't now.
If you didn't, you felt us.
Absolutely shining. What does the sun do?
Shine,
yeah. Oh, it's almost our season, so really,
it's already our season. It's never not our season. There's
does the sun shine? Then it's Leo time. Okay.
Put that on.
Yeah, I got it. That was good.
I got it. Say less. Say less.
Yo, I'm gonna chill. Y'all, let's get through this episode. Okay, let's get to some rise questions really quick. All right, so one of them is, what daily rituals or mindset shifts, helped you reclaim your beauty?
So I have made a really intentional effort about meditating every day. Even if I am out the house too fast, I'll find a little corner in the closet,
5 minutes or something,
somewhere, and I'm about to post up, and I'm going to get this little meditation.
Yo.
But one of the things I do say is that I'm confident and radiant in my being.
I love that.
And that for me I think has been a shift in terms of just like knowing that how I'm showing up, exactly the way I'm showing up, is something to be proud of, and also something that is meant to be shared, and it's a beautiful thing. And so that for me has been the daily thing that really just like grounds me in who I am.
Yeah.
Energetically, physically, emotionally, spiritually. It's just like I'm put together just the way that I need to be put together, and it's radiant, and it shines, and it's for people. It is meant for people to see and experience this. Maybe not all, right? I still have discernment about that. Let's keep it a buck.
Come on.
But like,
people be weird,
right? Weird AF. But I do feel like that is something that has really helped me come into my own and really just like anchor what I believe about myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the meditation thing, hands down for me,
Man,
I
what?
cannot even deal.
What?
I don't care if I'm on the bike. I'm
We're gonna get it.
yo. I know he back there like, why this girl got her eyes closed the whole time?
I'd be in a whole nother world
Yeah.
back in the bike.
Oh my God.
Straight zen.
Is he driving or am I driving? Who's driving
all,
this? Yeah.
The creator is driving. I got both of us.
We here together, okay?
You're driving, but I'm protecting
We
us.
moving together on this bike.
Thanks.
Simpatico. We're together.
That's right.
Yeah. But so I will meditate anywhere, but I also wake up and just talk to myself. I say kind things to myself to start my day. Before I have this expectation of anyone to be kind to me, I am kind to myself. Before I have the expectation of telling, my husband saying, "Oh, I love you," or any of the things, I pour into myself. Thank you, God, for this day. I'm so excited about this day. Man, I'm so cool. Shit is so amazing for me. My word of the year is extraordinary. So I keep repeating, I do extraordinary things with extraordinary people and I have an extraordinary time.
I know that's right.
Come on, because why would I have a regular time when I can have an extraordinary time?
Stay my ass home.
Come on. Even in the house. Come on.
Bored in the house. Bored. House.
Extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
Okay. And so I have the practice of saying kind things to myself, not in my head, but out loud. Yeah. I am speaking words into
of power.
The ether.
Words of power.
It is like my love language. Affirmations are okay. They're my thing. Like I could not be this version of myself if I didn't affirm for myself the version that I wanted to be.
Correct.
And now I'm changing again. And so this affirmation that I've been saying lately is I harmonize with the frequency of my desires. I harmonize with the frequency of my desires. Isn't that like
no, that because that's how you get the things, right? You got to be there energetically. You got to be at the frequency.
Come on.
To get the things that to not even get to attract.
That's it.
The things that you feel like you deserve. And the spirit is already laid forth for you to have.
It's already here.
It's already written. All of it's already written.
The toughest thing that you can do in this world is create another human being. That is my divine rule on what manifestation is. If I'm not creating a human, I'm getting that shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it.
Amen to that.
Like, what you mean? I can move. It's already, the move is created. The plane is created. The suitcase is created.
All the pieces there.
All the pieces are, hello.
Yeah, organize.
Anything I want. Now, no Diddy, but anything I want, I get. Because I know I just need to attune my frequency to it so that I can bring it my way because it exists. Now, creating a human with teeth and brain, like, I don't know. The moms, y'all got it. I have not figured that out. I've seen it happen. I've seen
I would like to decline.
I'm still there. Okay.
I'm all right.
People ask us all the time. Okay. I'm like, you want me to do what?
Well,
I got a dog. Okay.
That's hard enough.
Dog. And I got to get her because I'm dying. I'll keep the dog for 500. Okay. I don't even got it. But no, y'all might, try meditating, y'all. Try affirming for yourself. If you're feeling like you're in a space where you don't feel as attractive or you're not feeling like yourself, try switching it up and doing the thing that feels most like you, even if it conflicts with what everyone else feels about you. Most times it's going to, until you get comfortable with it. And once you are comfortable within yourself, people naturally navigate their way around that.
Yeah.
But if you are uncomfortable, not only do you decline rapidly in spiritually, emotionally, energetic ways, but you'll never truly connect to the world. You'll never truly connect to source because you have the mask on.
There's a blockage there.
There's a complete disconnect, a disassociation, and it's unhealthy for you. And so let's get to this last question, y'all, so that I can help you bring this all full circle. The last question is, what advice would you offer your younger self about beauty? And this is for you, your older self, younger self.
You define it. Nobody else defines it for you. It's beauty. Your beauty standard is yours and yours only.
Yes.
And only you can create that, define that, and know what that means for you. And don't be afraid to explore it. Don't be afraid, even when you do know what it is. Don't hold back.
Yeah.
Because it is yours. It's one of the few things that is yours and that you really get to make meaning of for yourself in this world.
Right.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, I wish I had started sooner, but at the same time, I know I found out when I needed to find out.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Anytime. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. What would my advice be? My advice would be to allow beauty to change. What you once think is beautiful is valid. What you think is beautiful in the next version of yourself, valid. If you decide to change your hair or change your clothes or get the Gucci's, because veneers. Okay.
Horse teeth if you want.
Yeah. As long as you're comfortable within yourself, yo. Like, if you feel comfortable, go off and be okay with everyone not being on the same page with you. I think that if I had learned that early on, I would have, one, saved so much money. I spent a lot of money trying to be different versions that didn't align. Two, it would save you so much space within your heart. You won't have to feel the regret of being somebody that you're not. That will like inspire you to be more brave and more courageous in this world. And I think that that is what we need, more courage and more bravery within ourselves.
Definitely. I agree.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We done talked. We done
We
talked,
can low-key
friend.
keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
We don't
have to do another episode.
Yeah, we got to run it back.
I'm so happy we did this. Thank you again.
Hey, it's my pleasure. Again, like, I'm happy to come back anytime.
She ain't coming back.
Feels so fulfilling. Filling my cup, and I just hope that the people, the listeners, the watchers, they all can experience what it felt like to be in your presence and to have this conversation with you today. So I appreciate that.
Yo, we got the time. Don't play with the kids. Don't play with. We out here, y'all.
Don't do it.
Okay, so let me wrap this up, friends. Thank you again so much for joining me for this episode. Make sure you subscribe, like, follow the podcast on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube, of course. And share this episode with a friend, somebody who you can also see maybe struggling within themselves, struggling to define beauty, struggling to feel beautiful within, so they can experience that on the outside. And when you feel beautiful within, everything around you starts to become more beautiful. I promise you. Don't forget the affirmation. I am beautiful. My soul is beautiful. My mind is beautiful. And the ism. Beauty ain't about the mirror. It's about the energy. If you need more support, you are welcome to join my free IG broadcast community. Head over to my Instagram and click the link in my bio. My Instagram and my Threads channel is at It's Kenesha B. And you can follow the podcast on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at To The Crown Pod. That's the number 2. The Crown Pod. And tell them where to find you at Munchie Merchie before we get out of here.
For sure. Munchie Merchie at Munchie Merchie on IG, on TikTok, on Facebook, wherever Munchies and Merchies are available. Nah, for real. Tap in though. You can always or my personal, in case anybody wants to connect with me, Shane_Diego at on IG.
Shane _.
You got to send a request, so I'll
yeah, got to shift through that. Come on,
got to show up.
I love it.
I'm happy to connect and definitely share more of my story. Whoever wants to chat it up.
Beautiful, and then the website.
www.munchiemerchie.com.
Yes.
Drop it in the description.
Absolutely. All the information will be there. You know how I feel about Munchie Merchie, y'all. Another shirt. We got some apparel on today. Check it out.
That part. This chapter is highly personal.
This one I need. First of all, these are my colors. Yeah. And then this highly come on. It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Get into it. And of course, make sure you stay tuned because Glow Forward 2026, my retreat is going to be amazing.
Tap in.
Yes, please tap in. Drop me a message. Share under this podcast how you felt about us chatting it up today. We would love to hear your thoughts. And if you answer any of the root or rise questions, I would love to read and respond to those too. Thanks again, friend, for your time.
Thank you so much. I am so honored. Can't wait to do it again.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right, friends. Ready? Get set. Let's grow. Peace.